does not have to be a new year, a new you. It just has to be a healthier you in the new year, you guys. Make sure you check down below in the description box where you can find the links to TLC products, including the ISOT, the NutriBurst, the Life Drops, the Resolution Drops. There's just so many things there to help you in burning fat and staying healthy. There's even the new Immune Tea, which I'm going to order. So I can't wait to try that. And I hope they get the sea moss back. But I do love the sea moss from Mint and Ocean. I'm sorry, it's supposed to be a commercial. Yes, okay? Get those TLC products from me. And do not forget that my biggest life change has been through Kiara LASHAE, Team LASHAE, ifyoucanmove.com. You guys get cute little outfits from Peja and Amari. You also check out Just Move supplements because she is helping us with the energy. Okay, this is the energy supplement. Love it. Okay, just got my protein. Gonna get me some after I work out. So yeah, y'all, down below in the description box, support. So you guys are always asking me where I get my glasses from. So I thought I would finally give y'all a real little ad, okay? Firmoo, I can't see, bitch. Okay, I'm just playing. I'm just joking. These are my new Firmoo glasses here. Super cute, right? They are prescription because I'm like totally blind. And I got these matte ones that I think are really dope. And I felt like they would go good with the fact that I no longer have hair. You know what I'm saying? But either way, you guys can use my link and give me credit. And get you some glasses from Firmoo. Come on in. Sorry, y'all. Y'all know I'm weird. Whatever.
Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl Bondy Blue. So let's go ahead. Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl Bondy Blue. Okay, follow me on Instagram and let's get into the video, right?
Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl Bondy Blue and I am back for another 911 review, you guys. All right, let's not forget to let everybody know who watches this show that somebody reviews it on YouTube who looks like me. So do us all a favor, hun, and share this with those people. Let's go ahead and get into the notes for last night's episode of 911 or whenever you guys get this video. But y'all know what I'm saying, the last one. So, Mother Plague, okay? A rock band made up of moms are in lead singer mom's garage. Her son, seemingly an adult, comes into the garage to complain about the noise. And it's just kind of like, dude, get your own house then. Like, oh my God. But either way, the mom says something to him. He notices that there's a funky smell in the air, and then he goes back inside to finish doing whatever he was doing. Right before he puts on his noise-canceling headphones, he hears screams. He runs back outside and finds his mom and some of her bandmates bleeding from every orifice on their face. Eyes, nose, probably mouth and ears. But either way, oh my God, is my mom gonna die? Everybody's creeped out. Everybody's scared. What's going on? Okay, nobody knows. So when they call 911 and the team gets there, okay, the crew shows up in hazmat because this could be a disease. But oh no, it's not that simple. It's quite nefarious, actually. Apparently, one of the dispensaries in the neighborhood is selling synthetic marijuana as real marijuana. And so look what happened. People lost their shit and they bled from their eyes. Yeah, I'm about that suing shit. Like, I'm really about that. Like, if that would have ever happened to me, I would be suing the absolute dog shit out of that dispensary. That almost make me feel like I'd rather, like, it almost, is it safer for my shit to be from the street? Like, because that's why y'all got to stop making things illegal and make them a part of the overall, economy and the system so that they have checks and balances. So things like this aren't allowed to happen. Like there should be a department that makes sure that nobody's putting synthetic marijuana in with our real marijuana. Like there should be a department for that. Like government, get on it. What are you doing? Like y'all tire me out. One of the band members had given out weed to everybody on her way there. So they had to go and knock on doors to make sure all these old folks is okay. So yeah, y'all, Buck goes on a date with this chick named Veronica, and she's such an asshole. Like she really is an asshole. I was like, oh my God, this date is terrible. And I know we want to think it's Buck because Buck is saying things that if a woman doesn't know him, she might assume he's a jerk. But if you would have paid attention to his body language, his facial expressions, his overall lack of uncomfortability, you may have noticed that he might just be a little bit awkward and have his own issues to deal with and not be looking at every interaction on defense the way Veronica was. Okay, crazy bitch. Yeah, that's the vibe we got. He was telling her like a 911 story about how they got called to a hospital where a woman was, slinging out the window, stuck in the window because she tried to take shit that wouldn't flush down the toilet or something like that and threw it out the window. Child, I can't remember. Okay. All I know is it was a crazy story, but what is summed up for Veronica is a woman is so pathetic and so heavily worried about what a man will think that she will damn near die trying to get shit out of the room. And I said, you know what? I agree with that. I really do. But it's not Buck's fault. Like Buck just showed up to make sure she didn't die. That was it. That was all. And then, when she talks about how terrible the dating pool is in California while this man is sitting right here, he's like, yeah, well, toast to dating in California. And she's like, oh my God, are we toasting to this pathetic? Like, oh my God, bitch. He's toasting to you moving to LA since you just said you are new in LA. Like, why are you being this way? Like, she was really aggravating. Was it just me? Then the waiter comes back to the table. They want to order dessert. He's like, you want to share it? And we all know that Buck has his own issues with his weight. So anything he said was more so about him and how he felt about his body, not how he felt about hers or how she should feel about her body. You know what I'm saying? She was like, that was presumptuous. So he said, okay, we'll have 2 pieces. And then they get the 2 pieces. And then he says, we got to make sure we're doing some cardio. You know what I'm saying? To like get over the cake we just ate, or the cake we're going to eat. And she's like, oh my God, are you commenting on my weight? Like, are you fat shaming me? It was just kind of like, oh my God, bitch, you just want to have an issue. Get away from us with this. Buck don't need you. Buck gets home, complained to Chimney's little brother who is living with him now. And boom, bow, pow, we found out that Veronica actually moved into Buck's neighborhood. They were taking the trash out at the same time and then slowly backed into their apartments as if they had just seen a lion that was about to pounce. You guys, Hen's mom joins us this episode. We finally get to meet her. It's crazy, the resemblance. You know what I'm saying? Like the fade, the glasses, the tallness, the overall vibe. Like I was just kind of like, damn, they did good. Y'all, they made Marsha Warfield Hen's mom. And I was just like, oh shit. Listen, Marsha don't take no mess, okay? I don't think I've ever seen her play a role where she wasn't giving somebody the, if you don't get out of my face with that bullshit face. Like that's a face that she gives no matter what. So I was actually excited to see her and thought she was a perfect match for Henrietta's mom. But Henrietta has some issues with her mom, especially after her mom says that she's moving to town. And it's kind of like, you're moving to town. You couldn't call us and let us know you were moving to town? You're moving to town? Like it was just... It was nerve-wracking to say the least. Henrietta and Karen did not look happy about it. Athena goes over to see Michael and he has added a wall of windows to his apartment. And I was just like, oh my God, I forgot he was an architect. Can somebody do that to my house? Like if you could do it to an apartment building, you should be able to do it to my, single family home. Like, oh my God. Like I would love to have that, like, especially in this room, because this room is below my bedroom. So if the whole first and second floor were all windows like that, oh my God, don't even get me started on the heaven I would be in. Okay, like y'all know a bitch love windows, especially if I had my backyard full of beautiful greenery that I couldn't even see my neighbors' homes. That would be ideal. But I'm sorry, y'all. Okay, let's get out of the architecture of it all. He has this really dope gold telescope. I was like, that telescope is so nice, right? But he's being hella nosy. He's being a Miss Kravitz. Like he's out here looking into people's apartments, seeing what's going on. Okay, he has nothing else to do. The pandemic really slowed his business down. So right now he's at home. David's back doing surgery. The kids can handle their own schooling. What else does he have to do but be extra nosy? Athena feels like this is worrisome. This is a tad bit worrisome. So she asks what's going on with him. And he basically explains that when he got sick, he thought he was going to die. When the tumor started to clear up, he made all these plans for what he was going to do with his life. And then the pandemic happened. So now he can't go anywhere or do any of those things that were on his bucket list. So y'all, there's a turkey on the loose in somebody's upper middle class neighborhood, child. I don't know who thought it would be cute, but this neighbor thought it was smart for everybody to start feeding a turkey as if it was like a cat or something. I was just kind of like, what is wrong with y'all? That's wild gain. Someone call CPS or something, but you don't leave a turkey to just be like running amok in the neighborhood. It's not like it's a peacock or something. I'm just saying, here in New Orleans and Gentilly, there's a peacock that's always around. I don't know who it's for, but when I lived down there, I used to always see that damn peacock. It never bothered anybody. Nobody ever got close to it because we don't play like that. Like, we don't get close. We don't feed. We just look past, take pictures, leave. You know what I'm saying? But we're not about to get close, okay? Either way, it seems as if these neighbors have gotten too close. Everybody has scratches all over their faces and necks because the turkey was gnawing at them. And I guess they thought if they fed him, the turkey would then be less temperamental. It's a turkey. It's a turkey. Okay? And I think it has the universal consciousness that people are always trying to eat it. Okay? Like, I'm going to scratch your eyes out. I don't give a shit. Okay? I was just like, it's not a cat. Like, what's wrong with y'all? Not even a mouse, bitch. It's not even Michael Jackson mouse. Okay? What is going through people's heads? Meanwhile, Henrietta is complaining about her mom being tone deaf and an agent of chaos. Okay? All through the holidays, sending her dresses and shit like she's ever been known to wear dresses. Michael is people watching again when May calls and asks if, maybe he would want to get dinner together or do something together so he's not sitting there looking through that window. Obviously, Athena told her to call, but he's starting to notice something. There's a guy across the street that has a lot of trash and something seems to be amiss. He's not exactly sure what it is, but he senses foul play, especially after he thought he saw the man washing blood off his hands. The military dropped the Humvee out of a plane and on to a man who was standing next to a large play-like boat. Not a real boat, but this man is like building like this like little, you know how they have the boat play things in parks and stuff like that? Like, he's building something like that on his front lawn for his kid. The neighbor comes out to complain because the neighbor is like, this shit needs to be 3 feet away from my property. Okay, this is too close. All right, he's complaining about that when they see the Humvee. And he's like, run, So the old guy goes to run, but ends up hitting his head on the boat, falls down onto the ground. Humvee comes crashing down, but he made it. Crushed his leg a little bit, but he made it. Okay, probably the boat is what broke, the whole situation, made sure he didn't die, like that boat being there. But either way, they had to come in and use a parachute to lift the Humvee up off of the man's leg so they can get it from under it. It was just a lot. It was a lot. And then the neighbor was like, everything turned out okay. It's like, no, asshole. Please make sure that this huge boat you're building for your kid is 3 feet away from my property, please. Okay? Oh my God, so stressful that you're still so excited talking about the boat worked out. No, if I hadn't had to come over here, maybe the Humvee would have just hit, you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't have known, you know what I'm saying? I would have been in the vicinity. I'd have been inside my house instead of right here arguing with you when it came down. I don't know how the boat saved his life, but that's what they said, because I would have went back to the beginning and been like, hell, I'd have been on my side of the fence in my house if I had not had to come out to wonder what the hell was going on, obstructing my view, But whatever, y'all. So Chimney puts together a basket for the neighbors in anticipation for their new baby annoying the shit out of them with all of the late night crying. I thought it was very sweet. I would love for my neighbors to be like those type of people. I would be those type of people. But see, my neighbors give me a just hey and bye tea. So that's what I give. You know what I'm saying? But it's fine. It's fine. Also, we live in single, dwelling households versus the apartment building that they live in. Thin walls. Maddie is wondering if they're doing too much. It's like, we're just having a baby. It's like, sorry, Maddie, I love you, but how white lady of you to feel like it's too much to show consideration when you're going to annoy the shit out of your neighbors. Chimney says it can't hurt. And I agree. Athena has dinner with Henrietta and her mom and Karen and the kids and everything. And her mom is telling stories about how she was a blackjack dealer in Vegas and how much she loved it, you know? And it seemed as if she was never going to leave Vegas. And then the pandemic hit and it made it much easier for her. Everything is going good, right? Karen even makes a joke that she should stay and cook for them forever because, you know, Hen's mom cooked and it was off the chain. Hen is like, let's not rush it. Let's not do that. But either way, they separate. And Henrietta and Athena have a conversation. And Athena's like, is it really that bad? She's like, no, it's actually been really nice, but don't tell her. So she's going in the kitchen where her mom and Karen are, and they're having a conversation about Henrietta being in medical school. And if she is a little too old to be a doctor. This is the mom's fear. And I understand where it was coming from. In the moment, it almost seemed as if it was more of the mom's fear for herself than it really was for Henrietta. But either way, Hen heard it and it pissed her off. And it coincided with a long list of fears that her mom has put on her whenever she's decided to make a decision. And that can be quite annoying. Like, nobody wants a negative Nancy. Like, I get it. You want me to be precautious. But at the end of the day, like, nobody can live their life in fear if they actually, you know, intend to do anything or get anywhere. Child, if you want to go somewhere, you want to be somebody, you got to wake up pissed and just stop being scared. And stop worrying about the what ifs all the time. You know, track out your plan and think about your what ifs as far as worst case scenario and plan for that. But ultimately, nobody needs to be thinking about, oh, what if this? Oh, what if that? Oh, nah, we didn't went to school. I'm doing this shit. It's over with. Like, it's done. Okay. I didn't pay the tuition. Later on, Henrietta vents to Karen about all of her mom's fears for her. You know, when she was about to get married to Karen. I mean, do you really have to get married to a woman? When she wanted to become a firefighter, do you really think you can run in them buildings and save people, put them over your shoulder and run out with them? Do you think you can do that? Like, that's some shit, boy. Your parents sure know how to work on your nerves with all of their negative fears and precautious and with all their negative feelings and emotions and shit. Hen is so distraught and feels like this last thing with her being a doctor is just another scar that her mom has added to the overall experience of her life. Then Henrietta is waking up and the kids and Karen are coming inside and they say they went to the park and on their way back, they saw grandma sleeping in a car. And I was like, oh, that lady lost her job. She didn't just quit. She was fired or let go. And now she's here because she has nowhere else to go and she's living out of her car. That's why she didn't call before she came. Probably because she didn't know she was coming until she had to. That shit is so unfortunate. She probably waited until she couldn't wait anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're living in your car, mom. You could have called me ages ago. But ultimately, once Henrietta understands that, she goes and finds her mom and gets in the car and they talk. And her mom expresses that she's always been a little bit jealous of Henrietta for her drive and her focus and being able to think long game for herself versus her mom, who has always lived for today and for the moment because it wasn't always promised. Something that was passed down amongst Black folks living in this country with not a lot of hope. You teach to your kids to enjoy the life they have right now because it may not be there. And that is very true for us. Very true for anybody, but really for us a lot of the time. But you also have to plan for the future just in case. Okay? Yeah, you might get hit by a car tomorrow, but ultimately you may not, and you might live to be 80 years old and don't want to be broke at 60. You know what I'm saying? So it's best to like think about these things ahead of time. Yes, live your life, enjoy your life, but plan for the future. You know what I'm saying? So of course, Henrietta is not going to let her mama sleep in a car. Like, she's moving her mama into the house for sure. But it gave Henrietta clarity because for the longest, she thought her mom was just being negative about everything when really her mom has her own fears and is scared that she will lose things the way her mom has lost things. You know what I'm saying? Child, when we try to understand things from our parents' point of view and understand that a lot of the times they were working with what they had and what people had passed down to them and living in this society, especially as Black folk, what that means for us and how we've always had to live, you know, in this duality, our life out in the world with white people versus our lives at home and being able to enjoy those times. And, you know, because you're gonna be in preparation for the bullshit out in the world, basically. The mom even tried to give the dad credit. You know, oh, you really got your smarts from your daddy. And she was like, he wasn't even there. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, it was all you, ma. And I appreciated her for saying that, because I feel so often men get to not be there and somehow get credited with positive attributes that a child might have. No, you don't, nigga. No, you don't. Okay? The person who scratched and survived good times and did their best and made sure they was there with their baby every day deserves the credit for all of the positive things. Okay? So while all of this is going on, you guys, Bobby goes over to Michael's so that he can see what's going on with him. Athena is sending everybody over there to check in on Michael and make sure everything is okay, right? Bobby actually ends up getting sucked into the murder mystery for the night with Michael's ass, okay? They looking through the telescope, and then David gets home and makes a sarcastic joke. Why don't y'all just go search through the man's garbage? They decide they're going to do that. So Bobby and David go and look through the man's trash while Michael is lookout. He's supposed to call if he sees the man. He sees the man coming downstairs with more trash. He calls Bobby. Bobby misses the call. He's scared. He's nervous. So he takes his ass over to this man's apartment and goes inside his apartment, breaking and entering. I said, what were you thinking, Michael? But either way, when David and Bobby get back to the apartment and realize that Michael isn't there, they call Athena, they call the popo ho. Michael went into the apartment and found a woman bleeding out on a table in like surgical gear. And then he got hit over the head, which made us nervous because we all know that he had a brain tumor. This is very nerve-wracking for everybody. But Michael wakes up. He seems to be fine. He refuses to go to the hospital and get checked out, which makes my nerves bad, but he lives with a surgeon. So I'm going to hope y'all going to make sure that we don't have nothing further down the line going on with Michael and his tumor because this crazy person hit him over the head, okay? But when he woke up, the lady's body was gone, all right? They go back to Michael's apartment and he sits there and thinks about it for a second. He's like, that lady never had a purse there. All she had was like a keychain, but she didn't have a cell phone. She didn't have a purse. She didn't have anything. So that makes them think she must live in that apartment building because everybody noticed he had a lot of interactions with a lot of the women in the building. So come to find out, he was a disgraced doctor who lost his license in Florida and came here and started doing a little boop boop and, you know, aesthetics types of things, and then realized, you know, there's a underbelly where he can make some money here. So he started doing surgeries in his apartments, probably on the low, but he got sloppy, he got greedy, and he almost killed that lady. And if it wasn't for Michael coming to this understanding, Athena and them probably would not have found her, because when they did find her, she was bleeding out in her apartment. She would have died for sure. Eventually, they caught up to that man in San Diego. But yeah, it was just kind of like, y'all have got to stop trying to kill people for money. Like it's not that deep, okay? Like, just become an esthetician and make your money that way, sir. Do something else, but don't be out here damn near killing people like you're not gonna get caught. Like, stupid. I'm just saying, you're living in the apartment building. The people who you are doing surgeries on living in the apartment building. Eventually, somebody was gonna catch on. I'm just saying. Because somebody was gonna talk when they found out that one of the ladies ended up dead. So y'all, Buck. Let's get back to Buck. Buck brings a little thing of cheesecake over to Veronica just to say, hey, we live in the same apartment building. We had a really terrible date, but it doesn't have to be awkward. All for him to find Chimney's brother getting out of the shower and Veronica thanking Buck for introducing him to such a great guy. Ouch. I don't know how Buck is going to feel about this because I almost felt like Buck, you know, kind of liked the girl a little bit. He just kind of felt like it was a weird first date. But either way, it just kind of seems like Chimney's brother is a user. And now you're like getting Buck's like leftover dates. I don't know how I feel about that. We're going to have to see next week. Anyway, you guys, that was 911. It was a really good episode. I can't wait for Chimney and Maddie to have the baby. I'm so excited about that. Like, I really am. But anyway, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you have not already. I love you guys, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Mwah.